On Days Mathematics with your girl Sunshine Monet L. Today is 868. Did I do 5? We did do 5. That was yesterday. Today's 868. We had that double 8 of transformation, the solar plexus chakra. This is the space of enforcement, and we feel good here. We love it here, right? In the solar plexus chakra space where we are enforcing where we are with Mayat, building and destroying transformations, death, and rebirth. It's a good time. It's a good time for the solar plexus chakra. But in between that solar plexus chakra energy, we are on the day of 6. This is the day of equality, right? Moving in equal forces. What you're giving is also what you're receiving, and vice versa. Also, what you're giving yourself. Like, how much are you giving to yourself? How much are you receiving from yourself? You know, are you showing equality in the facets of self? 6 is also the number of servitude, as we deal with Virgo energy heavy here, right? Self-organization, self-management, servicing others and being serviced yourself, your health, wealth, daily routine, moral and integral code, and your habits, your ritualistic self, all those things, sensing a sense of equality. So the thing with Virgo energy that I love the most is like, while like, you know, Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury energy of the crossroads of Elegua. However, with Gemini, it's like always like one or the other. With Virgo, it's like, yeah, I'm both. So a lot of people don't have a hard time, like, you know, contradictory and hypocrite is a big word on Virgo energy if you don't fully over or understand it, because we like to touch everything at the same time. Everything gets equal energy at the same time. Okay, we are ambidextrous. It's not, oh, I'm just right hand, or oh, I'm just left hand. And if you do find a Virgo that's just one or the other, trust and believe they are in the black hole. As Virgo constellation is the biggest constellation out there, and it's the only constellation with a bunch of black holes in it, and nebulas and galaxies and shit like that. So yeah, you know, if you see a Virgo only choosing one side, trust and believe they are completely obsessed and invested in that one side. The safest thing for Virgo energy to do is be equal. So we're in that space of equality, showing equal energy in all facets of self. 6 is also that energy of creation, right? Because it's 2 3s that make a 6. So not just creating for me, but also creating for you. Again, coming back to that energy of equality. So we're going to take that 6 and we're going to put it into the month of 8. This is the month of transformations, death and rebirth, and an enforcement of what that equality looks like to you, right? Because you just did the work. So that comes to 14, 1 and 4. So we're at this 1 and 4. We're at that knowledge and building a foundation on the knowledge, which you guys should have did heavily under that new moon in the beginning of the Mercurian retrograde, right? We started the cycle with a bang, right? We had a lot of things going on to pay attention to, but we're taking that knowledge that we now have of the transformations and the enforcement of that equality energy, and we're going to create a foundation with that, right? We're going to create a square with that. We're going to put that in the root chakra, or put that in the Taurus energy of self, our heart chakra, and vibrate. And then 1 is that cardinal energy, that's Aries, that's the gut that controls the mind. And also, you know, the knowledge, the mind, the light in the beginning of all of things. So we're going to take that light and that physical fixed earth energy, and we're going to put those together, because that's the above and the below, the inward and the outward, the physical and non-physical, the thought and then the creation of the thought, right? And that comes into 5, walking in the power of your truth. 5 also deals with Tippereth, as Leo rules over the 5th house. This is the energy of creativity and romance. The inner child is at work here, right? 5 can be fickle and unfocused. The goal is to be grounded and stable decision-making skills, right? Even if your decision-making skills is equality, let that be the decision that you make, right? Cool. So walking in the power of our truth with that 5, right? We're going to take that 5 and put it into the year of 8. This is the year of transformations. This is the year of the wood dragon. So the goal is like, you got high highs and low lows going on. The goal is to be the homeostasis in the middle. That's where the luck and the riches and all those dragon-like qualities come from, being the line in between that figure 8, that energy of infinity. So now we're going to put that 5 there. Of course, we got a karmic debt number that's 1 and 3. It's karmic debt number. And as you notice, we're dealing with this karmic debt number an awful lot the past couple weeks, because, you know, the numbers want us to work on, you know, communicating, understanding, understanding and expressing the things that we know, getting better with creating with what we know, right? Create a world with what you know. It's one thing to just know a whole bunch of shit, but what are you doing with that knowledge? What kind of world are you creating? What kind of reality are you creating? What kind of art are you creating? What kind of businesses are you creating? Like, what kind of communities are you creating with your knowledge? Or are you just keeping that knowledge to yourself because you don't really believe in what you know? You don't really understand what you know. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that emotional connection with what you know. And if you don't, and you really want to, work on it. Or you could utilize that as a way of maybe there's something else I should know instead. Because that 1 and 3 is going to come together and make 4. So whatever answer you come up with that 1 and 3, that's what you're going to build off of. So we built twice today on the 4, right? We get to build a couple times today. And that's exciting. So happy building today, happy creating today, on this day of Ogun, this is the day of Mars, this is Tuesday, this is the day of the enforcement of the Herakuhuti, this is the day of, that solar plexus chakra, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good time to, really enforce and create what you want in your space. So let's talk about the astrological report, because we got some things going on in the cosmos. We start the day off with a 3% waxing crescent moon. We're in that space of building intangible things, rising at 7:55 a.m. and setting at 9:25 p.m. We are in Virgo. See, we're in Virgo with the thoughts, with the tropical energy of that self-organization and management, definitely in alignment with the 6. We are in Leo in the sidereal in the constellation in the 5th house. Told you we dealing with that Tepereth again. And then the 5th house is ruled by Virgo. So managing what's going on in that Tepereth is heavy here. Again, decision-making, equality, balance. Sunrise at 6:03 a.m. and setting at 8:07 p.m. Mercury and Venus are in conjunction today at 11:04 a.m. Mercury was 5.9 degrees south. So you have that throat chakra and that heart chakra connected, really enforcing and managing what you want in your heart. That's also another energy that's in alignment with Virgo ruling over the 5th house, because 5th house is your heart. So you have that, communicating what you want in your heart, having knowledge of what's in your heart, learning how to really manifest and build, where your frequency wants to take you to. That's what we're working on today. Evening visibility of Saturn begins, so we're going to get challenges in the night. Thank you. Venus enters Virgo zodiac. So now more organization, more being of service, more equality energy, and that heart chakra is happening. That happened this morning at 9 a.m. So happy Venus return to my Venus and Virgo folks. Me. Have y'all heard my Venus and Virgo song yet? If you haven't, go check that joint out. It's a great one. Asteroid Psyche in Capricornus is opposite. Asteroid Psyche, in the Capricornus constellation is opposite the sun right now. That's in Cancer. The highest point is at midnight. Iris is opposite the sun. The highest point is at midnight. Iris is in Aquarius. Midpoint through astronomical. We are at midpoint through astronomical summer. Mid moment is between the summer solstice and the autumn equinox, and that happened earlier today at 12:47 p.m. We were completely in between the solstice and the equinox. It's cool. And then the W Cassiopeia is beginning to rise towards the northeast as Pegasus falls. And that's for all my sky watchers out there. Y'all can start to see Cassiopeia W rise. And we get a very midheaven with the Cassiopeia around October-ish, time. So that's what I got for you today, my Cosmic Nobodies. A lot of organization on your heart. Finding manager energy, learning how to be a service, and also opening your heart to being service is a big thing too. Learning how to receive is a big thing in this space and time. And, it's okay to be a contradiction to yourself, because you are everything, right? And everything is you. And that's fun. So, learn how to have fun with being equal opposites of yourself. You see how some of these planets are opposite the sun, and then eventually they're going to be conjunct the sun. So sometimes you can be opposite. Sometimes your certain placements that you have, like my south node is opposite my north node. My south node, which is Leo, is it's not opposite too many things. In fact, it's conjunct with a lot of things. So my north node is actually opposite a lot of my planets. Okay, so it's you could be your own conjunction, you can be your own square, just learn your placements and how they are, and know that that's making facets of you, and you're equal in all of these spaces. This is all you. You know what I'm saying? Have fun with it. And that's what I got for you today, my Cosmic Nobodies. I love you so much. Reach out if you would like a personal reading.